Hi, how you doing? Justin here. Today we're going to talk about posture and how to hold your guitar. Now, if you're right-handed or if you're left-handed learning to play guitar right-handed, which is also an option, I would recommend that you put your guitar on your right leg. Whether you're playing acoustic or electric, it doesn't really matter. It's possible to put the guitar on your left leg like this. It's kind of more of a classical approach. And there are some minor advantages to do with the access on the higher frets. But to be honest, as a beginner, you're not going to really reap the benefits of that kind of stuff. So I really recommend, much better off putting the guitar on you're right-handed. You're going to put it on your right leg, okay? And this arm will help hold the guitar in place. Now, if you've got an acoustic guitar, you'll probably find that your arm actually sits on the top of the guitar. If you're playing an electric guitar, your forearm sits on the kind of the front, the top and the front of the guitar. Now, it wants to grip a little bit on that. What you don't want is the weight of your whole arm on your shoulder all the time, because it would make your shoulder real sore. So you want it to be, your arm to be resting somewhere. If you're wearing a long sleeve shirt or a jumper, you'll find that you won't get much grip with the forearm. Definitely, if I play with a long sleeve shirt or a jumper, my shoulder gets a little bit sore from having to hold the weight of my arm all the time. So probably you want to at least roll your sleeves up or wear a t-shirt, whatever, and try and get used to the feeling of this arm being relaxed. Okay, being relaxed is going to be a theme that we revisit quite often with the guitar, because a lot of the things, technical things, really rely on you being relaxed as possible, as much as you can. Now, the holding of this arm and the curvature of the bottom part of the guitar should help you make the guitar feel quite solid. This kind of guitar's got a bit of a cutaway in the back there, which probably sits into your body as well, into your torso. What you don't want is this hand to be holding up the guitar at all. Okay, so the guitar is held by your arm and that cutaway resting on your leg, or a strap. If you wanted to use a strap, you could use a strap too. But this part of the guitar is not supported by this hand. You're not going to be able to play your chords and change chords and all of that while you're supporting the guitar neck. Okay, so what you want to do is just experiment a little bit. Put the guitar on the right leg, put your arm down, see if you can, get used to the feeling of the guitar and making sure that this hand isn't supporting that neck. Now, there's a few things that beginners do all of the time, and I'm guilty of it myself. One thing that you don't want to do is to lean the guitar over. The reason that you don't want to lean the guitar over is because it also means that you're going to bring your wrist around like this, and you're going to end up with getting probably quite a sore wrist. All the tendons in your fingers run through your wrist, can also cause some problems with carpal tunnel syndrome if you over practiced. Unlikely for beginners to get that kind of thing, but doing this would be a real, that's a really bad idea. You definitely don't want to be leaning the guitar over. In order to look at your fingers though, which is something you're going to want to do, you're probably going to find yourself doing this a lot. It's always something I've said to beginner guitar players, don't lean over like that. You're going to give yourself back problems and neck problems. Don't do it. It's really, until I started learning myself left-handed and I've watched myself back and I'm doing it all the time. And if I try and sit up, I find it really difficult. So what I would recommend is to try not to do this as much as possible, like craning your head forward to look at your fingers. You're going to do it to a certain extent because you need to see where your fingers are going. You need to make sure they're in the right places, on the right strings, all of that sort of stuff. Just try to keep yourself in as good a posture, like an upright posture as you can. Okay, try and keep your back straight, sit up. For me, I've been playing guitar a long time, and I know that it's really important if you're playing a lot of guitar to keep your posture good, or you will end up with a sore neck or back problems. So try and keep yourself upright. Try and avoid what I call craning like this. But you're probably going to find you do that a little bit, no matter how much I tell you, because it's kind of necessary to see where your fingers are going. This guitar malarkey, especially the first lessons, it's not super easy. So be forgiving with yourself. Don't worry about it if you're doing it too much, but just bear in mind that you probably want to be sitting up as straight as you can for your practice sessions.